Today I'm turning you into Kindle girlies. My Kindle is my best friend. I have spilled so much water on my Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. I missed you so much. So I'm obsessed with my Kindle. I bring my Kindle everywhere. Any place I can fit this thing, I literally take it. Like, I even take it with me to the movies. So today I'm gonna be converting you guys and I'm gonna be your mini guide as to what Kindle you should get, pros and cons, Kindle Unlimited book recommendations, and I'm gonna decorate it with you guys at the end. That's why it's so bland right now. So let's get started. I'm so excited. I hope by the end of this that you're in love as much as I am. Starting off, we're going to start off with stats. So basically this is like measurements, price range, and settings of my Kindle personally. I got a 6.8 inch Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation, and I think it was in about like 2021 2022, around there. Now I can't find my specific version, but the range for Kindles are about 100 to about like $200. I know mine were on the 175 range. I remember my pitch to my mom was like, it's an investment, it will save me money, and we'll get into that when it comes to pros and cons, but I do really think that the price was worth it. I use this thing every single day, like I said, so I think it's a good price range. The price is also determined based on ads or not. When you have a Kindle, it has this little screen when it's turned off, which are basically ads. I chose the cheaper option, which is ads, but if you don't want ads and you don't want this little screen to pop up, you can choose the more expensive option. The only thing about the ads that I think I didn't take into consideration when I was buying it is that the ads can be like ads for book covers with people on the cover, and it'll be like a guy and he's like shirtless and stuff, and it kind of is a bad look. Price ranges, it's kind of what you value. For me, I don't think that an extra $30 is worth just fighting ads. Like I just turn it on and off until I get the ad I want. So settings and how it works. Basically, it's like a phone. Like I would say like it's a little mini tablet. You charge it, it has the time, it has the weather. No, it doesn't. It has a brightness and warmth option. So brightness is to basically just make it brighter, but warmth is like the yellow tones, which I think is super nice, especially if you like to read in bed at night. It also has a dark and light mode option. So for my Kindle specifically, right now in this moment, it's at the highest brightness of 24. Usually it's not like that. And then the warmth is on a 12, which is about halfway through. It's on dark mode and it is synced. So that's another thing about the Kindles that I think are so cool. It syncs to your Goodreads and your Amazon account. So on Kindles, you can highlight notes and different quotes in the book that you're reading, and it will show up on your Goodreads account, which I think is so beneficial, and it's just so quick and easy because when I open my Goodreads app, I can just click on the book and scroll through all my Kindle annotations as well, especially since I don't have the physical copy, which actually leads me into my pros and my cons. So beginning with pros, one of my pros was the syncing to the Goodreads and the Amazon account. Super easy, super beneficial, and it's really nice to keep track of what you're reading, what you're enjoying when you're reading, and if you're like just trying to pull up a quote, you don't have to go through your Kindle and tap through the entire thing. Another pro I have is that it's just like a book. It's obviously digital, but you tap the pages, you scroll through, you find a book, and it's just easy, and it gives you such a wider variety of what you can read, especially with Kindle Unlimited. I will be giving you guys a couple of Kindle Unlimited recommendations later in the video, so you can check those out. Just leading into that, it also helps you boost how much you read. So a lot of us have Goodreads year reading goals. You set a number of books you want to read an entire year on Goodreads, and you try to log each book and get to that goal. Oh my gosh, having Kindle Unlimited or just a Kindle in general will help you get to your goal so much faster because it's so much easier to get in touch with books. Kindle Unlimited, if you don't know, is also a service that Amazon offers, I think. I don't know. It's also an app on your phone. You pay about $11 a month, and then you have a unlimited option to any Kindle Unlimited book. So specific books will be on Kindle Unlimited, and they'll be free for you to download on your Kindle or on your phone for you to read them. Having that option and getting to have such a wide variety of books, especially on this like device that is separated from your phone, is such a nice thing, and it really will get you far. When I first got my Kindle, I read 156 books in a year, so definitely would recommend it. That is one of the biggest pros. Another pro is that you get to decorate it. Now mine's not decorated right now because I spilt water on it so many times. I literally just took the case off, but you get to decorate it. You get to put stickers on it. You get to just put anything. Like I've seen those TikTok videos where they put the pop sockets and they put the stickers and they make like little Kindle inserts, and it's like these little papers of cardstock that they customize, and then they put it in their case. It's like a DIY Kindle case, and I really like it. I actually made one earlier in the video, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get that printed out so I can decorate it. The next pro I have is that it's durable. Like I said, I have spilled so much water on my Kindle. I have dropped water bottles, like leaked through my entire backpack with my Kindle uncased inside, perfectly fine. I have dropped it all on the floor. I have let it fall. I have literally just like thrown it across my room and it happened to hit the floor. It's fine. It literally works like the day I got it. I'm so happy it's durable, especially because my Kindle, and I kid you not, is my best friend. Like, I will take this thing everywhere with me. I will read it every single day. It will have a long lifetime, or like a longevity. It will just last long. I also did calculate costs. So I thought that if I could have Kindle Unlimited books, I wouldn't have to spend so much money on physical books. Now, I did find later down the road that I do really value having physical copies on my shelves. I did look at my stats and do the math, and I'm going to tell you about my statistics. So I've read 228 books. 170 of these books are physical copies, or around there. Those are how many physical copies I have in my room. But of all the books I've read, because I haven't read every book in my room, it's around 170. So for 170 books, if each book is $10, which each book is more in the range of like $15, $20. If each book is $10, that's a $560 on books. But paying $11 a month for Kindle Unlimited over the past 3 years since I got my Kindle, it would be $396. That's obviously a difference. It's obviously not like super drastic, but there is a difference between $100 to almost $200, especially in books. And that's not even like the full stats. If I really calculated how much I spend in reading and in annotation stuff, all of that would probably go over the 600 mark. So I would say that you really do save money with this, and I do recommend it. If you also don't care for physical copies, if you don't like the feeling, you don't like how easy it is to get them ruined, you can have your Kindle because your Kindle's durable, your Kindle's easy to carry with you, and your Kindle's all online. My last pro was that you can read your Bible on it. So if you're like a Christian girly like me and you don't have your Bible on you everywhere you go, and you don't just want to use the Bible app on your phone, you can also download the Bible on here. And it's just like an easy option. You open it, you scroll, you can read through your verses, you can annotate the Bible, which is really cool, without having to get your markers out, without having to damage your pages, and you can all do it on your Kindle. So I think that's another use that I really enjoy for it. Okay, moving into the cons. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have five. I have 5 cons. I'm gonna say it so many times, but like, I am a full Kindle stan. I am obsessed with my Kindle. I love my Kindle. Everyone, please buy a Kindle. Okay, but getting into my cons, my first one is that it needs to be charged like a phone. So one of my things that irritate me the most about my phone is its need to be charged. It's really not that big of a con because it doesn't die quickly. Like, my Kindle's on 68%. I don't know the last time I charged this thing, but it does die, and it's kind of annoying. The one up, or I guess like the pro of this con, is that you can use your USB-Cs for your phone. If you have an iPhone, the iPhone 15 and up is like the port for this. I also don't know if it's a USB-C. I know nothing about it, but I like to say it because it, like, you know. So yeah, you can use your phone charger for it, which is another pro. To cancel out that con, so I guess it doesn't even count as a con. I don't make the rules. Another con, I think, is the price. $200, well, affordable for some, and a lot of people have Kindles. A lot of people also don't have Kindles, and $200 for a Kindle is a lot of money. I would say it's worth it, but that's also coming from a place of someone who can afford to have a $200 Kindle. Another option that you could definitely use, I've been seeing circulate TikTok, are like these mini iPads or like iPhones, and they're like $50, and you can download the Kindle app on them. It is the cutest thing in the entire world, and that's another option for anyone who is thinking prices are a bit much for them right now. Another con we have are the ads. Like I said, I just really don't like the random men on my Kindle. If you don't care like what people think, I commend you. But sometimes I don't like when I have my Kindle out and then like someone I know or like my parents are looking at it and they think, and I'm like, no, like right now I'm literally reading like a Lynn Painter book. Like, please, I'm YA queen. I'm a YA queen. And then the last con I have is that it lags. So I don't know what it is. It might be that water. It might be the water. But my Kindle can sometimes like randomly start lagging, or like the syncing to my phone won't work. It won't let me download it. It won't work. Oh my gosh, that's another con. The Wi-Fi. My Kindle needs Wi-Fi. I don't like the fact that I have to have Wi-Fi to use my Kindle because it's like my phone and I have to waste my hotspot on my Kindle. Now, I do it every single time because I love using my Kindle, but it is another con, and it is a waste of Wi-Fi, and that bill is another thing that's added to the price range. Okay, that's it for cons, guys. Moving on, we have Kindle Unlimited book recommendations. Now, if you do end up getting a Kindle and you do like this version, I actually really like the sizing of my Kindle. I really just love my Kindle, but the sizing of it, effectiveness of it, and just the usefulness of it. And if you do end up getting a Kindle, here are some Kindle Unlimited book recommendations for you. This is a really popular one, Out on the Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. This is a book that has really circulated BookTube. It's about Win and Bo. I think they both have like impairments or like missing ligaments or something, and they both meet at a party, and it's an accidental pregnancy trope. Now, I know it's an accidental pregnancy trope. Like, so many people don't like that trope, and I understand that for sure, but I actually was converted. Like, reading that book, I actually love the trope now. Like, that trope is amazing. I don't care. It's beautiful because it was a beautiful book. And the only thing that I didn't like about it was that I didn't get more of it. So I would 100% recommend it. Next, moving in a kind of more fantasy kind of direction, we have The Poppy War. Now, this is a trilogy that's based in China in like the 60s or something like that. And it's about this girl, and she is taking a placement test to escape this abusive home that she's in. And if she passes this like big test, I'm not sure what the name is, I'll put it on the screen, but if she passes the big test, she gets to go to this elite school. But there's impending war, so the war is beginning. She's at the school for soldiers, and she is now kind of getting swooped into that whole storyline. It's super popular, and if you really want to try it, a lot of book talk books are also on Kindle Unlimited. I rated it, I think, a 4-star. I wasn't obsessed with it. It didn't have romance, and I am a romanticy. Like, I need it. Like something, like some romance. And it didn't have any of that, but I do think it was interesting. And it's well written, and it's very gory. It's not really censored, and it's a lot of like blood and fighting and like stabbing, and it will not censor it. So I'll be really mindful of that. Another thing we have is the Off Campus series. This is another kind of like book talk famous series. This is a college series about college kids who live off campus. And we start with Garrett and Hannah's story, and basically it's like he's the captain of his hockey team. He needs to get tutored because he's failing his class. She's his tutor. She's also a singer-songwriter, and she ends up making a deal with him to make her crush jealous. So they fake date. They are also tutoring, and they're also like songwriter lover story. I really enjoyed it. That was my favorite book in the series. And then it's just a series of their friends and all these guys on the hockey team and their girlfriends, and at the end it's like a found family trope. I think I rated these books 3.5 to 4.5 stars. So it was a pretty good series. Another popular author that all of her books are actually on Kindle Unlimited is Mariana Zapata. I love Mariana Zapata. All her slow burns are literally insanely perfect. Like, I would read those books every single day if I could. They have the strongest female main characters and then these men that match them perfectly. And it's like a book that will probably be like 600 pages, and they'll hold hands maybe 500 pages into it. Like, it's super slow. Half the female main character's journey in whatever she's going through, and half a romance. And it's always the perfect combination. She always does it so well. All her books on Kindle Unlimited, my favorites. All of them are my favorite. But I would recommend starting with The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, All Roads Lead Here. They also have interconnected characters, so there is a reading order. I don't know what it is right now. I will pull it up. No, I won't. Go watch a video about that. But there's a reading order. Maybe start from the top from there. But for me, I started from The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. And I think that was a perfect place to start because I think that's like the top of the chain of all the interconnected series. Another book I've really loved from her is Luna and the Lie. So please read that too. I was just reading about that in a different video. This is like a less known author, but the Grand Mountain series. Now, I do not remember the exact name of her. I think her name is Emily. And these books are just like also college books. They have a little bit of mystery in them. And they also have that found family element that come with like college romances. I would also recommend the Windy City series by Lauren Asher. Now this, oh my gosh, this made me want an F1 racing everything, like my book boyfriends, for everyone just to put on the F1 racing suit because wow. Each guy is an F1 racer, and the girls all have their own storylines, and they all come together. The last book was my favorite, but I do remember binging these books in like, I think it was a weekend or like a week or something, and I had binged them all. By the end of it, I was so shocked. Like, I didn't know what to do because I had spent the entire week with these characters, and I really, really liked them. My favorites were probably the last book, and I'm not really sure what the second and third one, but one of those ones, I think. I would also recommend Frederick Bachman books. This is an author that I think every single person should read. I read Anxious People by him. I read the physical copy and a couple reading blogs. It was so well written. The quotes were so relatable, and like I was saying, like, he really played on the fact that these people were human. He described it so perfectly, and it was like he was writing about you. And I love that, and I haven't found that since Jessa Hastings. So I'm just really happy to have experienced his writing. I would also recommend the Bailey Brothers series. This is like a series about a small town, 7 brothers, and it's like the cutest town. Like, it has like a town crazy man, a town squirrel that like runs around and steals things. It's just like the cutest like small town, but it's like in the mountains. It's like lumberjack, and I loved it. I ate it up. I actually ate that entire series up. It is so underrated. I've never heard anyone talk about it, but I really enjoyed it, so definitely pick it up. Speaking of series that I binged in a week, we have the Windy City series. Now this was in a weekend. I remember because I had a cold and I was half delirious, and I literally read every single book. I was so obsessed. I think at the time only The Right Move and Mile High were out, and I remember reading the 2, and then Caught Up came out later in that year. And oh my gosh, Caught Up is my favorite, but Play Along is also the 4th book that came out, and I'm, oh my gosh, every single book obsessed. It's a Chicago sports romance series. So we start with a hockey player and a flight attendant, which is like Mile High. The characters from those 2 characters' lives come together and they start becoming couples. It's a hockey romance, baseball romance, and basketball romance. And I think the last book is going to be another hockey romance, so I'm really excited for that. It's set in Chicago, it's the funnest characters, and it is such, like, it is the best found family trope ever. Like, that is a family I wish I could live with. It's like how the Addicted Calloway sisters are for so many different readers, is how the Windy City series is for me. Like, they are my Addicted Calloway. Even though I loved the Addicted series, that actually is my last recommendation. The Addicted / Calloway Sisters series, which is a 10-book series collabing the Addicted series and then the Calloway sisters, which is Lily from the Addicted series sisters books. And all of them come together for a 10-book series, and they actually happen to be on Kindle Unlimited for right now, and they can like take stuff on and off of Kindle Unlimited. It's like Netflix. So while it's here, I would definitely get your hands on it. I love the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. It starts with Lily and Lo's books. They're both addicts, and they're kind of just in the first book they're just living in their addictions, and they're kind of just living in this pit that they're in. And the book ends at a place where there's like a change in their life finally, and then the entire series is like a completely different thing. They grow so much that on the 7th book, I remember looking up, I was like, the first book couldn't have happened. Like, they are so different, and you will grow to love them. They're like comic book nerds, they're childhood best friends, they're lovers, they're literally the best. I love Lily and Lo. They make me laugh so much. All of them do, and I really miss that series. I remember I binged it, like all 10 books. I read it in January this year. I would 100% give all my money to read it again. I bought all the books off rip. I literally was like, I read 1 book and I was like, you know what, give them all. And I spent $100. Get your Kindles, guys. Just read it on Kindle Unlimited. But I love them, and I'm obsessed with them, and I just wanted to put them on my shelves. So those are my Kindle Unlimited book recommendations. Now let's go decorate.